Namaskar. Today's video is in the sequence of the tarot cards, the major arcana. And today's card is Devil. Devil is numbered as number 15 in the tarot sequence. And this sequence begins from 0 till 22. The number 15 is a compound number, results as number 6, that is the number of Venus. The devil is known as 666. So how does the devil and Venus relate? The 6 and the 666. So Venus is about too much of wealth, comfort, luxury, lazy, all the things that we all want. Music, art, sex, so much. And when the same quality is tripled, it will become excessive. And when anything becomes excessive, it becomes dangerous. And more so when things like all the things that Venus signifies are excessive, they will become devil. Devil is also known as Diabolus in Latin. So in the reference of tarot, let's understand how devil looks and what does this look signify. The Rider-Waite deck is beautiful and very, very rich in imagery and the symbolism, and that I think is the success of this deck, that it's the most popular, and anyone who wants to learn should always begin with this deck. The Rider deck was designed by Pamela Colman Smith, who was an artist and also, I am sure, an occultist in her own way, because she was able to bring down in her art, in the cards, all that the Rider-Waite wanted. So to understand this deck, this card, let's look how devil looks like. So this card has very little light, and light is nothing but wisdom, the ability to see things clearly, and devil stands for darkness, and that's why this card is very, very poorly lit. We begin, as we see, apart from the number 15, we see a huge devil sitting on a cube. He has wings of a bat, a creature that lives only in darkness. His head has an inverted pentagram. The inverted pentagram is used in black magic, and it's also a sign of too much of materialism. And that's what, again, ignorance stands for. The upright pentagram or the upright triangle stands for the soul rising above, trying to reach the space, the ether, and the God. So this is again the opposite of the upright pentagram. If you look at his face, he has a face of a man and eyes like a goat. He has ears of goat with hairs protruding out of it. He has a beard like a goat. So let's remember at the same time that the devil is the 10th, represents the 10th house in the natal astrology. And the 10th house sign is Capricorn. And that's what he also is like a goat. That's one of the signs or the symbols of the Capricorn. His upper body is very much like a man. His right hand raises in benediction. But this benediction is very opposite to the Hierophant that you see as the card number 5. His left hand holds a torch. Now the torch is not upright, the torch is again cast downwards, which again implies that he is talking about ignorance, darkness. His lower body has very, very hairy legs, and his feet are like talons. It's like eagle's talons, very strongly perched on a cube. This cube has a ring to which there are two chains attached. And when you see them, these chains are chained. There are two people who are chained with it. Who are these two people? These are the couple that comes from us, from the sequence, initial sequence that is of lovers. Now this is the same couple that was in the garden of God, the Garden of Eden, the Adam and Eve. They were thrown and become man and woman. And now they are not just man and woman, there is something else. Look at these people carefully. If you look at their heads, they have horns on them, which implies that the devil is slowly percolating. The devilish attitude, the devilish beliefs have come in their head. Both the couple are the same, like as in the lovers, but here, and naked as well, which means that the awareness is still not there about themselves, because they are lost. This time it is not an angel who presides over them. This time there is a devil who presides over them. The most interesting fact about this card is that if you look carefully, the chains are loose. They are not aware that the chains are loose. Now this is one status that many of us sometimes go through in life, that we are chained to something and we think that we are chained, but the chains are loose, which means that we can run away from them. We can unshackle ourselves. Unfortunately, the light, the wisdom is not there to know whether we can unchain ourselves or not. Devil is often a card that comes in a situation where either we are not aware or we want to be stuck within. Either we are too scared of breaking them off. Situations like this symbolize sometimes being stuck in a job where you want to leave, but you just cannot leave. Because remember, it's the 10th house as well. Situations like a bad marriage, going through a tough time, you want to break, but you don't think you can break. It's just somebody else has to come and show you the light, to tell you, to make you aware of your strength, that you can unchain yourself, you can break these shackles. The only place where devil is good in a reading, and that is in extramarital relationships, because there his meanings are different. Apart from that, devil is all about misery, drugs, alcoholism, stuck up situations, difficulties, obstacles. But do remember that these are not the obstacles like Eight of Swords. These are different obstacles. These are obstacles that are in the mind, and that is why their heads have horns on them, which means that these obstacles are mental, psychological. They can be warded off. You need help. If you are in a situation like this, you need help. Of course, the devil's size is massive compared to the two humans, which also indicates that you are looking at the problem as massive. You're looking at the situation which is magnanimous, or the right word would be scary. You think you cannot move out. If devil is in the middle, he is indicating that this is what you are going through. But if devil is a coming card, forthcoming card, that calls for a bigger concern, because that means that you will have to deal with it. As I always say, that in tarot, only one card is never enough. And the reason is that for any situation, there is never a moment. there is always a moment that is going to come, and there's a moment that was in the past because of which this is the moment. So any card or every card should be read in relationship to the past and present. Devil is a very negative card, and it will negate the meanings of many cards. That is, if there is a positive card in past or a positive card in future, he will still influence that card. In astrology, he represents the 10th house, the work. And to understand further, please read my book, The Secret Bridge of Tarot and Astrology. The book is available as an ebook, and also it's available with Alpha Publishers. So thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe my channel and visit my website, Maina Bhatnagar.